It was the ultimate party, the peak of Babylonian decadence. But in 1 second, the music stopped. The laughter turned into a scream of pure terror. Tonight, we're looking at the most terrifying message ever sent: the handwriting on the wall. The year is 539 BC. The city of Babylon is under siege by the Persians, but King Belshazzar isn't worried. He believed his walls were impenetrable. He thought he was untouchable. To prove his power, he does the unthinkable. He calls for the gold and silver goblets his father looted from the temple in Jerusalem. He used holy artifacts to toast to idols of gold, silver, and stone. He wasn't just partying, he was declaring war on the divine. Suddenly, the torch is dim, the air turns cold. A disembodied, glowing hand appears in the air near the lampstand. Out of thin air, the fingers of a human hand appeared. No arm, no body, just the hand. The Bible says the king watched the part of the hand that wrote. Imagine the sheer psychological horror of that sight. The text says his face grew pale, his thoughts alarmed him, and his knees literally knocked together in fear. 4 words, carved into the plaster, a language no one in the room could understand. He offered a purple robe and a gold chain to anyone who could read it. But the wisest minds in the world were silent. The king's terror was contagious. The entire empire was paralyzed by 4 words they couldn't read. The Queen Mother remembers a man from the old days, a man with an excellent spirit and extraordinary wisdom. Enter Daniel. He's 80 years old now. He's seen empires rise and fall, and he isn't impressed by the king's gold. Daniel tells the king, "Keep your gifts. I will read the writing, but you won't like what it says." Before he translates, he gives the king a history lesson. He reminds him of how his father, Nebuchadnezzar, was humble. Daniel's message is clear. You knew better, Belshazzar, but you chose pride anyway. Finally, he turns to the wall. Let's break down the divine verdict. Many. God has numbered the days of your reign and brought it to an end. Tekel, you have been weighed on the scales and found wanting. Think about that. The creator of the universe just put a king on the scale, and he was found to be weightless, meaningless. Perez, your kingdom is divided and given to the Medes and Persians. Even in his doom, the king tries to buy favor. He clothes Daniel in purple, unaware that his own purple is about to be stained red. While they were partying, the Persians had diverted the Euphrates River. They were literally walking under the walls through the riverbed. That very night, the prophecy was fulfilled. Belshazzar was slain. The mighty Babylon fell without a single battle. It fell from the inside out. This is where the phrase, "the writing is on the wall," comes from. It means the end is inevitable. In 2026, we still build our own walls. We think we're untouchable because of our tech, our money, or our status. But the story of Balthazar is a warning. Blasphemy and pride have an expiration date. If God weighed your life on the scale today, what would it say? Are you weighty with purpose or wanting? Daniel survived because his weight came from his relationship with God, not his position in the palace. A floating hand, a final party, and a kingdom lost in a single night. The good news? Unlike Belshazzar, we still have time to listen to the warning. We don't have to wait for the writing on the wall to change our hearts. Archaeologists actually found the ruins of this throne room. The limestone walls are real. The history is solid. It proves that no matter how big a kingdom is, it's only a footstool for the King of Kings. A supernatural thriller that actually happened. What part of this story shocks you the most? Was it the floating hand, or the fact that the Persians were already inside? Subscribe for more biblical thrillers. We're uncovering the most intense stories in history every week. Some say the hand was an angel. Some say it was the finger of God himself. Either way, the message was received. Don't ignore the signs in your own life. Count your days, make them matter. The sun set on Babylon that night, and it never rose again on that empire. Watch the story of the 3 Hebrews next. Check out how God rescued Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego right here. I'm God Jesus. Stay grounded. God bless.